Welcome to the Consciousness Podcast, where we investigate the nature of existence and which role we play within it. But this is not where it ends, but just begins. Reclaim your role as conscious creator, expand your awareness and understanding of it, and how to make it practical, grounded, tangible, actionable. So, let's dive directly into the next mind-blowing and heart-centering episode. Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Consciousness Podcast. This is where the magic starts. Still got to work on the punchline though, so if you have any recommendations, I'm happy to receive them. Today it's all about which train are you on, the love train or the fear train. I'm your host, Bodo, and I'm really excited about today's topic, since it's actually one of the key elements in mastering your life, mastering your so-called reality, mastering yourself, mastering the game of existence, or rather today the game of vibration. You probably have heard it or even said it already yourself. What kind of vibe is this here? Or I don't like this vibe. Oh, that's a great vibe. So why do we actually say it's a great vibe? Yeah, vibe of course means vibration. Despite there is the big negation of the maybe fact that everything is vibration, frequency and energy, we are actually using this term all the time. So if you look at your different emotional states, they all have a specific vibe. They all have a specific vibration. And there is no real scientific proof needed here. You are the proof yourself. This is a question. How do you actually feel when you are in a more difficult emotion? Like, let's say you are depressed, or you are sad, or you are angry, or you are shameful, or you feel guilty. Yeah, how does it make you feel? It's more dense. It's like a more dense vibration. So that is the vibe. Density, contraction. You close down. Yeah, you don't feel really good. So it's a dense, or let's say lower vibration. Yeah, lower vibration. In opposition to what's happening when you are happy, fulfilled, grateful, full of love, and so on. What's that? Yeah, that's what kind of vibe has that for you? That's definitely more expanded. So rather than going into contraction, you expand, you feel open, you feel lighter. So in contrast to density, you are on a lighter vibration. We could also say you're on a higher vibration. That's why we say high vibes, isn't it? So high vibes. So and this now refers back to the title, which train are you on, the fear or the love train. Fear is basically the summary, yeah, or the big umbrella under which all lower emotions operate. In one way or another, these emotions are an expression of fear in another density, and on the other hand, all the elevated emotions are an expression of love in a different density. So basically, if love is the ultimate white and fear is the ultimate black. We have a lot of different shades of that in between. And from here, from this understanding, is time for you to contemplate briefly and also afterwards, which vibration are you in at this moment? Did you maybe had a very difficult, challenging day? Are you maybe sad? Or do you have a really elevating, lovely day? You feel really happy and alive and joyful. So where is your vibration right now? Yeah. And then the other question would be, if you look overall in your life, what's actually your most dominant vibe? Like, do you feel most of the time, most of the days good about your life? Do you feel elevated, joyful, happy, alive, fulfilled, and so on? Or are you in more denser emotions? Do you feel more often sad, depressed, unfulfilled, unhappy, maybe angry at yourself, your family, society, guilty? So just look where do you find yourself here? And that's exactly when you know which train you're on. Yeah. So, and no worries, you're not going to be stuck on that one train, because in the end, this, if we zoom out, we could say this is a game. The game of emotions is actually a game of vibrations, and through starting to have the awareness, which you just started to have now, or maybe you had it already, about your emotions, you have taken the first step, because awareness is always the first step for transformation and change, to actually change your own relationship with your emotions and your vibration. Yeah. And why so is that actually important, you could ask? Why should I actually care about my vibration, my personal vibe, and my emotions? Well, first of all, of course, other human beings prefer normally to be around human beings that have a higher vibe. Yeah, those people are naturally more attractive. Somebody who's in joy, somebody who is appreciative, who's kind. Hey, it just spreads good vibes. You know, doesn't need to be somebody who's out there all the time. Can be somebody in calm in the background, but you feel something nice about them, and you just want to be naturally around them. Then, of course, it's also about you. Yeah. Do you actually want to spend time with yourself and being in misery all the time? Yeah, is that something you maybe find attractive? So, and another reason also is actually that the more expanded you are, the higher your vibration is, your ground vibration, actually, the more you are in connection with life and the bigger picture of the universe, and you are become more receptive and open to the goodness and the juiciness and the opportunities that are out there. If you are constricted in your vibration, you're dense in your vibration, you are basically narrowing down, and you see less and less and less and less opportunity, less possibility, less pathways out of your situation. Mr. Super quantum physics Einstein said more or less something about that you cannot solve the problem that you have on the same vibration as the problem is, you will have to elevate to the vibration of the solution. And that means you need to expand more. If you're constricted, you will definitely not be in a state where you will find the best solution or a better solution. You will probably just take whatever you can get. You probably can refer to this really well from different situations in your life. I can myself, because I've been there a ton of times where I was so constricted and in fear or anxiety about taking a decision, for example, or being confronted with a challenge in my life, that I didn't see a proper solution. I was so in the fight or flight mode. That's basically where we're in when we are in a state of fear. We move into fight or flight, where our body and brain are not actually primed to take proper decisions anymore, but we are just fighting for survival. It's either fighting or running away. So how can you take a proper decision from that state, or even see any solution? It's just not possible. Yeah, you will just take the next best exit that you can perceive to get out of that situation. So yeah, you probably have found the one or another situation in your personal life where this has been going on. And now is the moment where I can tell you, if you truly want to, you don't need to be the reactionary being to the force of your emotions anymore, or to whatever vibrational state you're in. What if you could intentionally change your state of vibration and eventually being able to say, overall in my life, most of the time I'm actually in a high vibe. Yeah, somebody who people really love to be around. You don't necessarily have to be around people, but well, wouldn't that be great? And yes, you can, because from my own personal experience, I can say I used to be very dense, and still here and there I am. It's not like that I have reached any state of perfection in my life, but I'm doing much better now than I did 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, for sure. Yeah, big contrast. And one of the keys was actually understanding how essential it is to take care of my own vibration and how to manage my emotions. Shockingly, the story goes even further than that. Not only does your vibrational state have a deep impact on you yourself, but at the same time also on your surrounding and environment, on your daily life, but on your overall life. So since you now maybe have the awareness, what are the emotional states you're dominantly in your life, and you can go beyond that and look actually at your life and see, is your life generally like what you experience? Is it like generally light and more joyful and appreciative? You've got a lot of good opportunities coming to you, a lot of invitations, your job is running well, you get a lot of compliments, you have a good social life, and so on. Just like you are going through amazing experiences, so that you can say, yeah, I really like my life, I really love my life, it's great. So if you can say that, you would see that you're more dominant vibrations are on that level of gratitude and happiness and joy and love and so on. And also the other way around. If you see your life like, if you say, oh, I never get what I want, everybody sucks, nobody loves me, I always get rejected, I don't know where my life is actually going, it's horrible, there's misery, I'm suffering, you're complaining. And then if you look now at your life, yeah, and you're more on the complainer part, it will reflect into your life too. Because as I mentioned just before, here you have again the opposition of density, so constriction, and that reflects back in your life. So the life you live is a constricted life. It's a limited life. It is just not flowing so well. It feels sometimes like walking through chewing gum. And on the other hand, if you truly feel alive, connected to life, expanded, and so on, that's actually what's happening in your reality, in your life. This is also called the mirror principle. So as you look into your life, you actually see what your most dominant vibrations are. So this would be another contemplation for you. Now, look into your life and see what do you see, and this will tell you a lot about your dominant vibration. What are you sending out into the world? And this is another important key, because if your vibration determines your reality and your experience of reality, the more it becomes important to take charge of your vibration, because it will be able to change your experience of reality, to shift into another experience of reality. And what I have mentioned not yet is actually also the conversation about your thoughts. They also play into the game here, since emotions and thoughts are deeply interconnected with each other. Just if you follow down the thread of your thoughts, you often might see how they actually bring you into a specific state of vibration, into a specific emotion, because you are maybe worrying about tomorrow. So the mind is often in the future or in the past, and one of its favorite activities is actually to worry about the future. And when you worry about the future, what are you doing? You just projecting into a potential outcome that might happen or might not happen. But what you do is actually you bring these emotions into your present moment, which on the one hand doesn't bring much pleasantness into your present moment. So it's actually you create more ways of not enjoying your life and your presence here on Earth. And on the other hand, also you start to vibrate in a way in the worry mode, which actually hires the potential of you receiving the outcome that you're worrying about or something similar. It's like basically you probably know, like, the thing you most fear has a higher ability to appear. So you had this maybe in several times in your life. I had it in my life, that you would be oh fuck, if this now already two clients canceled, and if the next one cancels, then I'm really fucked, because I not gonna have enough income this week, and you worry about it, and your mind goes completely bananas, and it's obsessed with it, and it can't let it go, and you you calculate the numbers, if you will make it, and so on. And of course, the next client counts it too, yeah. Or you worry about if you will make it to work because you heard about this traffic jam, or you're on the traffic jam, and the traffic jam you jammed into is just the biggest traffic jam of all times, and you just won't make it. Maybe not the very, very immediate best example, but also maybe you are full of worry about your holiday coming up, or your partner cheating on you. That's a really good one, actually. Your partner cheating on you, full of worry about that, and where you could make a survey in your with your friends, and what's happening. Boom, partner cheating, yeah, and the next partner cheating, and the next partner cheating. Look at your patterns. This is another keyword here. And then the other thing where the mind is really occupied usually is the past. Yeah? Thinking about the past. What has been going wrong in the past? Where can you feel guilty about things you've done in the past? Where can you feel shameful? Yeah, where can you feel sorrowful? Where can you feel sad? So just track your emotion, track your stream of thoughts. What are you dominantly thinking about during a day? Are you actually in the now, or are you either in the past or somewhere in the future, unpleasantly influencing your experience in the here and now? So this is not really, maybe you agree, maybe not. If not, let me know. This is not the most desirable space to be in. I've been there myself. My mind was my slave master. And I'm not even over exaggerating here, because I would actually sometimes in my life stand there, and I internally and externally needed to cry because I couldn't handle my mind anymore. It was talking me down, or was giving me so much self-hate, actually, big self-hate. I was suffering just from my mind. And of course, this would not put me in an amazing emotional state. But what are you doing with this information now is the question. So first of all, again, the first step is always awareness. So what are you dominantly thinking is very crucial. It's not so much about the one thought that you think here and there, but it's like, what is your dominant stream of thought? Is it supportive, uplifting, giving you a good time? You think about great opportunities, about the life that you want to live and creating right now, and how you're going to do it. Confident thoughts, confidence of trust, of joy, and so on. Or is it rather thoughts of misery, suffering, complaining, being ungrateful, unhappy, looking always for the negative, and so on? Yeah. So that's just something to become aware of, and with awareness you have the chance to change it. And the other step here is to see, okay, which emotions do these thoughts trigger in you? Yeah? Are these actually, how do you feel about these thoughts that you have all the time? Do you feel good about it or not? So this would be the second step. And that means also that through changing your thoughts and being aware of your thoughts, you have the power to change your vibe or your vibration. Thoughts themselves even are a specific vibration. Everything in the universe is a vibration, is a frequency, has a specific frequency, and specific emotions go in correspondence or resonance with specific thoughts. and vice versa. Specific emotions trigger specific thoughts within us. So it is time to take charge of your own thoughts and of your own emotions. Well, if you like this episode of the Consciousness and Awakened Self podcast, please give it a like, subscribe here. Also, in the show notes, you can find the link to my newsletter if you want to stay up to date. And please give it also your comments, feedbacks. That's what this podcast is supposed to live from. It's an alive being. It's breathing, and it waits for you to move into interaction with it. So to move into an interaction with me. So leave your comments, your feedback, your questions, and this is how we can continue the conversation. Thank you so much for listening, and I see you in the next episode in the Consciousness podcast. Another episode of the Consciousness podcast has just passed, but the next one is already ahead. This is a place where consciousness is not only a conversation, but a celebration, something to expand into. Stay tuned and aware for the next show to come, and don't forget, consciousness is always with you as it is around you, leading you towards more of who you are already.